little game day watch party, and right away as I tune in, nice little pitch and catch from Bo Nix to Devon Vele. I have been watching, but I just started the live stream. This game got off to a little bit of a slow start, and holy cow, does that stadium is full, but you want to talk about a stadium with no energy. Vegas is weird, man. They've got no home crowd, nomadic. I'm sure there's a million different Broncos fans there. I dig the uniform combo again, though. I like this white on blue. Broncos should smoke the Raiders today. I mean, I did the scouting report. I dug into it. Dude, this is a bad football team for the Raiders this year. Really bad team. So it'd be good for Bo Nix to be able to string together a few nice games in a row here. Hopefully he can pull it off. Broncos coming out in heavy personnel. If you look on the right side of the screen, they got Matt Payton in the game. So checked in as a heavy right tackle. Most of the times when they come out in that formation, I broke it down into all 22. Last week, every single time they were in that formation, they ran duo, which is power without a polar. I think they just ran duo again right there. They get called with the holding penalty on McGlinchey, but Broncos need to break their tendencies out of that formation. Oh, that's a weak-ass holding call. That is a weak... Oh, shut up. Announcer saying that's an easy call. That's a weak-ass call is what that is. Stupid announcers will say anything. Little draw. I thought Mike McGlinchey was a little bit early on that one. Javonte Williams is running hard again, man. He found the fountain of youth a couple weeks back. Last week against Atlanta, that was as hard as Javonte Williams has ran in his entire career. Obviously had that one angry run where he ran down to the end zone and he gets picked up by the entire offensive line. But it wasn't just that run. It was the entire game. And the Broncos offensive line played lights out. Okay. Bo Nix showing a little poise there. He's got it forced out of the pocket, finds Surtain down the field. We got a nice looking drive. Bo Nix is doing the disco dance, doing his John Travolta. Oh, launches that one up in the air. That would... I don't know what Bo Nix is doing there. He just flicked the ball up in the air as high as he could throw it with absolutely no aim. What was that? Let's see if he had to get rid of that ball. Does he have to get rid of it? No, that was just a bad throw. God dang. All right. I guess everyone's entitled to a bad throw here and there. Shut up, Bob. Robert. I'm not here to talk about CU right now, Robert. Vegas fills up that stadium, but it's the most nomadic stadium in the NFL. Of course, every road team is going to go to Vegas. I will say it would appear that Bo Nix has got much more authority at the line of scrimmage the last 2 or 3 weeks than he has the previous 5 or 6. Nice little pickup from Javonte there in pass protection. Oh, God. Super lucky on that one. That should have been an interception. So what looked like it was going to be a decent little drive there from the Broncos ends up stalling out because... first off, should have been an interception on this one, but the play before that, we had a home run ball. I think that was to Mims. I forget who the wide receiver was, but we had the home run ball to Mims, and Bo Nix just throws a floater up there, and Mims has to break off his route entirely. Should have had a touchdown throw on the previous one. That's a bummer. Oh, I forgot to turn off the game on my other TV. Are you guys hearing that echo? Sorry. All right, that should be better. Muted it. I don't know if you guys are hearing that or not, but both deep balls have been. Oh, was it to Franklin? Okay, my bad. Appreciate you, Jesus. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I had fun yesterday watching the bus game, although it turned out to not be a fun result. God dang it. Stupid Kansas. Stupid Jayhawks. God dang it. First unranked team in history to beat 3 teams in a row. That dirty hit on Shedeur was bad. I mean, there is not any world that you live in which that is not roughing the passer. Thank God the dude's all right. You know what the sad reality is here, though? We got one game left. We got one game left getting to watch Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter and the boys. Because if they don't make it to the Big 12 championship, and I know that they're still in theory away, don't ask me the ways. You need Iowa State, BYU to do 2 or 3 different combinations. But outside of making the Big 12 championship game, we got one more game to watch these boys because they're not going to play in some worthless bowl game. We get to watch Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter one more time in all likelihood. After all that, what a buzzkill. Broncos, on the other hand, have got a great opportunity here to go on a 4-game stretch. You handled your business last week against the Falcons, which was huge. Now you got the Raiders, followed up against the Browns, which is a team on the rise. Anytime Jameis Winston is at the helm, I'm going to respect the hell out of the team. And then you got the Colts, which we'll see what Anthony Richardson is doing. Anthony Richardson looks like he started to figure some things out last week. But Broncos should handle their business and go on a 4-game heater here. Bud Light's going back to old school beer commercials. I love it. Okay. Let's see here. Why the heck is all that stopped? So the big debate we had all week long was about Brock Bowers and Bo Nix because D-Mac can't let it go. He can't let it go. But I'll continue it on this stream here today. What Brock Bowers is doing is freaking insane. I mean, he's on track for an all-time season, rookie or not. I think Deion Miller should be suspended the remainder of the season and 2 games next year. Oh, was that the dude that hit? I don't even know. Was that the Kansas dude that hit him low? I don't even know his name. The season that Brock Bowers is having right now is absolutely insane. And there were a lot of folks that wanted to take Brock Bowers with the number 12 pick for the Broncos. I was not one of them. I did want the Broncos to select a quarterback. But you look at what Brock Bowers is doing this year, man. He's already got 706 yards on 70 receptions, and he's doing that without a quarterback. I mean, bouncing back and forth between Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. I thought there was a world, and it was probably a little bit far-fetched, but I thought there was a world in which the Broncos might be able to select Brock Bowers and then get Bo Nix, maybe trade back up into the first round. In all likelihood, if you selected Brock Bowers, the Raiders, what were they, 1 or 2 spots behind the Broncos, they probably end up picking Bo Nix, so there's probably not a reality in which you can pull it off. But I was tempted to try it because I admit it, I wasn't in love with Bo Nix at the time. But Bo Nix is firmly in the conversation for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I was watching that Commanders game. I don't know how it finished, but it looked like they might have been losing. I'm going to pull it up. What happened in the Commanders-Dallas game? Commanders-Cowboys. Damn, they are going to lose to Dallas. 34-26. There's 9 seconds left on the clock. Jaden Daniels started out the season on fire. and he's been stalling out. Whereas Bo Nix kind of was on cruise control at the beginning of the year, and now he's catching on. There's a legit two-horse race for Offensive Rookie of the Year. God, the Raiders suck. Good Lord. If Broncos don't win by double digits, I will flat out be disappointed. They got a bad snap. They can't even get the ball off on a quick bubble screen. Benito read that like a champ. You got to give Nick Benito all the credit in the world on that, dude. Nick Benito has been a freaking baller. Jonathan Cooper got the contract midseason because he was going to be the next man up in terms of contracts, and he deserved it, quite frankly. Jonathan Cooper was playing at a very high level, but Nick Benito, dude, he is bringing Von Miller flashbacks. Does he still have his active streak? Let's see. He's gone 1, 2, 3. Oh, he missed the Chiefs game. He didn't get a sack. No, he did get one in it was the Ravens game. So Benito's gotten a sack in all but 3 games this year, 9 sacks on the season. Jonathan Cooper, though, he's actually a more well-rounded football player. Nick Benito's a better pass rusher. Jonathan Cooper is a more well-rounded dude, plays the run a little bit better than Nick Benito. And Jonathan Cooper's got 6.5 sacks also. That's why the Broncos were able to move on from Baron Browning. They just made a decision in advance. Look, a lot of Broncos fans didn't understand it. Why would you trade away a young pass rusher in Baron Browning? And on the surface, I never want to lose a talented pass rusher, but they had to make a decision. Are you going to pay Jonathan Cooper and Baron Browning, who are both going to hit free agency at the same time? And because of the way that Nick Benito has been coming on, that made Baron Browning just entirely expendable. Pop a little lip pillow. Don't judge me. Ooh, I found a new show last night. Landman on Prime. It's good. Landman. Kind of a sort of a Yellowstone knockoff. By the way, why can't I find the new Yellowstone season? I've got Paramount Plus, but I can't find the new Yellowstone season. Why can't you stream that anywhere? Somebody help out an idiot. Can you imagine being that idiot that dresses up every single day for the Raiders games with the face paint and the spikes? Like, what's going on in your life that's the best thing you got going on? And you moved with the team. I mean, how much time does it take to put that face paint on? All right, Broncos coming out with a little toss sweep to the outside. Jaleel McLaughlin, he's your home run hitter. Almost every time the Broncos try to take the ball outside, they give the ball to Jaleel McLaughlin. And it makes sense. He's a speedy dude. You got double tight ends to the right, and a lot of times that means you're going to pull this right tackle. They don't on this particular one. They just go with straight outside zone. But that's a tendency breaker because most of the time when they get both those tight ends to the right, they're going to pinch down 2, pull the right tackle around, and try to hit a home run to the outside. Dude, I know nobody wants to pay attention to offensive line play, but if you do not take at least 5 to 10 plays a game to lock in on number 77, you're missing out. We have got a generational right guard. God dang it, Mike. Mike McGlinchey with the second penalty of the day. So here's the deal with both of our tackles right now. Both Mike McGlinchey and Garrett Bowles you're going to love to hate. You're going to love to hate them because they get too many penalties. But I'm telling you, despite their penalties, they actually are pretty damn good at football. Garrett Bowles is in a contract year. I got a feeling they're going to let him walk because the checkbook has been open on that offensive line. They paid the right tackle, the right guard, the left guard, and Garrett Bowles has been asking for a contract all year long, and they haven't opened up that checkbook. So I got a gut feeling they're going to let him walk. And you know what? It's probably going to be a mistake. As much as you love to hate Garrett Bowles, they're going to let him walk in free agency. You're going to try to get a replacement in the draft, and it ain't that easy to find adequate left tackle play. All right, so that was not on mic, I guess. The Broncos do have probably 10 plays a game that are this close to a delay a game. And it's not as unusual as you would think. Almost every team takes it down to 1 to 2 seconds. But god dang, the Broncos, they thread the needle. And I honestly think a lot of that is on Sean Payton, not on Bo Nix. Sean Payton is notorious for having very wordy play calls and taking a while to get the play calls in. All right, nice little catch in traffic there by Troy Franklin. You guys are so far ahead of me every single time I watch a game. I watch on Fubo, and apparently Fubo's got like a 10-second delay. It's driving me nuts. You guys always see things before I do. God, Troy Franklin looks fragile, doesn't he? He's got to put some meat on those bones. Go eat a cheeseburger, Troy. Oh, nice little cut out of the backfield from your running back. Little dump off to your fullback, Michael Burton. "30-second delay." You ever tried to delay yourself 30 seconds? Not that easy. I should get bunny ears. Oh, look at this. Hey, how about Troy Franklin got his ass blown up on that play, but I'll give him credit. He was a willing blocker. Looks like our guy Jalil's banged up on it, though. But watch number 16, willing blocker, gets his ass blown up, but he spears. He gives Jalil at least another 5 or 6 yards. 16 right there. Boom. All right. I'll take it. That cutback run was like TD in 1998. Yeah, buddy. It only works. So those cutbacks only work if your running back will press it play side enough, because you got to press it, wait for all those linebackers to fly front side, and then you can cut it backside. But if you cut it back too early, those linebackers won't press. Okay, let's pull up Broncos, Raiders box score. Man, I'm not going to lie. I'm still having a hangover from that CU game. They were that freaking close to the playoffs. I guarantee you the Buffs win the Big 12 if they make it to the Big 12 championship. Stupid Kansas. Their offensive coordinator for Kansas, dude named Jeff Grimes. He was my offensive line coach at CU my senior year. I was texting with him last night. He was freaking toying with the Buffs in the run game. Literally stole their soul. Sammy. Hi, puppy. Is Nick Saban in at least every other commercial of an NFL game? NFL's weird, man. Commanders, who were 7-2 at one point, have now dropped 3 straight games. They're 7-5. It looks like they were going to run away with the NFC East, and now it looks like the Eagles will run away with the NFC East. AFC is even more intriguing. So AFC East, obviously the Bills are going to run away with that thing at 9-2. Although the Dolphins are playing better football, but they're 5-6. AFC West, you got a bunch of good football teams, kind of middle of the road football teams. Chiefs at 10-1, they're not as good as the record says. Chargers are 7-3, and Broncos are 6-5. And then the AFC North is going to be fascinating. Ravens lost to the Steelers, so they're losing that. Bengals are at 4 wins, but man, until they get that 8th loss, I'm not going to count them out. I tell you what, the Broncos do not have a playmaker at the tight end spot, but I got to give these boys credit. They have been much more productive than anybody thought they could be this year. A willing Franklin block. Oh, man. Devon Vele got his ass kicked on that one. That is the 4th or 5th time this year Vele has flat out just gotten beat like that. He's been tremendous in the passing game, but he's still trying to figure it out in the run game. It's not that he's unwilling. He hasn't figured out the art of it yet. I'm a big fan of Vele. McGlinchey's early. Yep. I mean, that was clearly supposed to be on the double head bob. Center gives one head bob. Mike McGlinchey went. The entire offensive line waited for the second head bob that never came. Mike forgot it was on 2. Haven't had Marvin Mims in the backfield yet, I don't think. What do you mean by that, Bob? Is the quality not as good on YouTube or what? So that's a busted screen pass, is what that is. The running back, the whole offensive line is down the field there because they're setting up for a dump off to the running back, a screen to the right side. Running back just had a bust. He forgot it was a screen. That's not on no line. That's on Javonte. All right, well, Broncos go up 3-0 and a very slow start to this game. Where is my... There it is. 3. Scoreboard has been updated. All right, let me get my chat set up here. Wherever you guys are watching, whether it's on YouTube or on Twitter, Facebook, you can sit in your comments and I can see them right here on this live stream. So I'll interact with you guys no matter where you guys are at. Yep, O-line's been playing really, really well, but not today. But that last one's not on the O-line. I'm telling you. The last one. See, now the announcer's talking about it right now. I know what I'm talking about. But yes, Mike McGlinchey has had way too many brain farts already. He needs to dial it the hell in. You freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? On the new, I call it the, I refuse to call it the dynamic kickoff because it's been anything but dynamic. I call it the static kickoff. The new static kickoff, the Broncos almost give up a touchdown. Just put it in the freaking end zone. Why are we even playing games with it? Put the ball in the damn end zone like every other team in the NFL. There's a reason why teams been put in the end zone because they don't want this to happen. They got to get rid of this stupid kickoff. I can't stand to look at it. I'd rather not be a kickoff at all than have this stupid thing. Just start on the 20. All right, well, Raiders get the short field here. We'll see if they can capitalize on it. Damn. That was the first carry of this dude's career. That's how you start out your career right there. That's good downhill running. No pass rush. All right, good coverage though. The Broncos and the Buffs are very similar on defense. Both teams run man-to-man coverage almost all day long, which is definitely the easiest way to play defense if you've got the corners to do it. But when you're in man-to-man coverage, those shallow crossing routes, those can turn into big gains. So good job by the Broncos on that one. Damn, this kid runs hard. Damn, Raiders are running down the Broncos' throats right now. Broncos should definitely have the advantage in the run defense against the Raiders, but not so far early on in this game. We only got one linebacker in the box right here. Raiders might run this. All right. I would say so far this game is pretty sloppy and ugly for the Broncos. They had opportunities on offense. They missed the one deep ball. Hopefully this doesn't turn into the CU run defense of yesterday. Yeah, good Lord. Let's hope and pray, huh? They had a chance on offense. They stalled out down there in the lower red zone. They settled for 3 points. And I do not like the way the Raiders are running the football right now. That is for sure. Trying to pull up some stats here really quickly. "25 penalty yards on Mike McGlinchey." Is that what it is? I've not been tracking it, but I believe you. That is not ideal. I'm gonna look up Mike McGlinchey penalties. He had a lot last year. I know last year he had like 8 or 9, which I guess is not a ton, not as many as Garrett Bowles usually averages. I'm pretty sure somebody can find it. You can track career penalties. I'm pretty sure in my career I had like 7 penalties total. In 60 some starts, I only had like 7 penalties total. Okay. Is this right? This says he only had 1 coming into this game. That can't be right, is it? I've been worried about this game for no valid reason other than the fact that I just don't know if this Broncos team are they mentally at a point where they can handle success, right? That's a tough thing to learn for young teams that are on the up and coming. They're getting rid of bad mojo. They have a little bit of success. Now, can they handle that? Can they handle that and go beat a bad team? Not just beat them, but beat them the way that they should. Broncos got to have a game plan for that dude, though. Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't Bowers. That was Mayer. Although he's really good, too. Raiders have got 2 really good tight ends. Big fan of the way Justin Strnad's been playing football for the Broncos this year. That dude had not played a rep on defense in 3 straight years. Purely been a special teams player. Gets thrusted in the starting lineup when Alex Singleton goes down this year, and he's played like a legitimate starter. Although he's had a couple moments early in this game where he's got bumped around. Damn. I mean, it was pretty good coverage there from Jonah Ellis, but that's not what you want. You don't want your outside linebacker in man-to-man coverage. He gets caught one-on-one with the running back. He was really going step for step with him. He gets his hand up in the air at the right time, but I don't know what more you could ask from Jonah Ellis. That's not his specialty. Gardner just does a good job there of identifying what the defense was giving him. You got the field pressure coming from the left side, so you know you're going to get a dropping edge rusher on the right side. He knows he's going to get that running back matched up one-on-one. Forget all those other wide receivers. Let's go after the edge rusher. And Broncos are down 7-3. No, excuse me. I messed that up. Hold on. There we go. Scoreboard's updated 7-3. You know, I'm just watching with my naked eye here, obviously, so I could be wrong. It does not feel like the Broncos have been bringing as much pressure in this game as they usually do. Broncos usually lead the NFL in blitzes, and I would think you would want to blitz the hell out of Gardner Minshew. The only game that the Broncos got away from all their blitzing was against the Ravens, and I understood why they did that because you don't want to give man-to-man for Lamar because when you get man-to-man on Lamar, that's when he gets out of the pocket. But they got away from it against them. I don't know if they're not bringing the blitzes or if they're just not getting good pressure, but Gardner's got way too much time back there. Bo says Broncos defense is playing like a Pop Warner team. Well, they're going up against Pop Warner offense. So hard to fight that too much. No panic here, but it does feel like this is a really important drive for the Broncos offense. Last thing you want to do is let the Raiders have the halftime lead. Shut up, Michael. Don't you put that juju on us. We're not headed into familiar waters. I can't do that 2 days in a row. Oh, man. Broncos, Raiders, victory. I'm looking for my notes. I had notes on this game and I can't find it. I had all the matchups. I had the defensive rankings. No, I can't find it. Gardner Minshew's really been struggling of lately, and the Broncos are making it way too easy for him. That's why I want them to keep bringing the pressure because Gardner will make mistakes. It's going to be interesting to see if the Raiders end up keeping Antonio Pierce at the end of this year. I would guess no, but they're already paying about 3 fired coaches right now, so they very well might stick with it. It'd be nice to see the Broncos put something together here. Nix isn't playing poorly. He's not playing poorly, but he has missed an opportunity for 1 touchdown throw. All right. Nice little 3-step drop. You find Vele there on the quick curl. There's some pretty depressing stats they just put up right there. Michael Burton has got to have the most carries of any fullback in the NFL. The Broncos are bound and determined to give Michael Burton the ball at least 2 to 3 times a game. I actually don't love that call right there. You got 2nd and short. Take a shot down the field. What's the rush? You don't need to pick up the first down right there. 2nd and short is a great opportunity to go play action and take a shot down the field. Why give the dump off to your fullback? So this is a run pass option here from Bo Nix. The entire offensive line is running it as if it's going to be a run, including the running back. And then Bo Nix looks at it pre-snap. He says, all right, I like what I see over there. Got a quick, I'm going to throw the quick slant to Vele. I actually did not see the Panthers Chiefs score. What's going on there? Panthers Chiefs. Damn, 30-27. Chiefs ended up pulling it out. I'm telling you, Chiefs are the weirdest 10-win football team of all time. They've got blemishes all over the place. They should have lost at least 2 games, one to the Broncos and one last week to the Bills. Panthers almost go toe-to-toe with them. Let's check out other NFL scores. Okay, some weird things going on. Titans beat the Texans 32-27. Texans have, everybody thought they were going to be Super Bowl contenders this year. They're not. Vikings barely sneak one past the Bears. The Sam Darnold experiment is fizzling out there in Minnesota. Cowboys beat the Commanders in a shootout 34-26. Commanders, who were 7-2 at one point, they dropped to 7-5. Dolphins smoked the Patriots 34-15. Chiefs barely sneak by the Panthers 30-27. Lions smoked the Colts, as they should. And Bucks smoked the Giants. If the Lions do not win a Super Bowl this year, that organization will literally never win one. If this is not the year of the Lions, it will never happen. I love Dan Campbell, though, man. Run through a brick wall for that dude. He put together a pretty interesting experiment out there. Dan Campbell said, you know what? All my coaches, I'm only hiring former players as my coaches. I think that's changed a little bit over the last couple of years, but in his first year or two, the entire coaching staff was former players. Believe it or not, it's actually really hard for former players to break into coaching. There's this weird thing with coaches that they don't want former players in there. It's like they're guarding their turf for whatever reason. And Dan Campbell's like, forget this. I don't need experience from my coaches. I need experience from dudes that have been there, done that. And talk about changing the culture. The Broncos should hope they could be on a 2 to 3 year path like the Lions. Chiefs won on a walk-off field goal. Is that right? So they barely beat the Panthers. Nice little throw there to Vele. Bo ripped that one. At the end of the year, Vele should have 700 to 800 yards. Be a great rookie year. Oh, damn. I looked away for 2 seconds and Crosby got a sack. What happened? Give me the replay. That's a tough ask, man. You bring your tight end and cross motion across the field, ask him to block one of the best pass rushes in the NFL. That wasn't a sack. That was a run. That was a TFL. O-line struggling right now. Pressure from both your right tackle and your right guard on that last play. Quinn Miners doesn't get beat all too often. They had a TE game going on. Quinn's got to get a better punch on that, pass it off to Mike McGlinchey, and then Quinn's got to get back around onto Max Crosby. And now Garrett Bowles gets beat, and who else? Someone on the right side got beat there also. O-line's getting their ass kicked. Goodness, man. All right, so Garrett Bowles gets beat. Luke Wattenberg gets beat. Again, that's back-to-back plays that the Raiders ran games on their defensive line. First time it was a TE, this time it was an ET. Luke Wattenberg's got to snap that off to Quinn Miners, then he's got to bump back around. Broncos playing the field goal game. You probably actually can beat the Raiders playing the field goal game, but not ideal. Showed Nick's grimacing a bit on the sideline. I didn't catch that. I don't think it was anything too serious, but he was getting banged up that whole drive, that's for sure. I'll be right back. All right. Back at it. Where's my box score? Broncos, Raiders, box score. Well, I mean, Bo Nix has actually got a reasonable amount of passing yards, 8 of 13 for 118. Gardner Minshew's 7 of 10 for 49, but he's got one touchdown. I mean, the Broncos are winning in just about every single category offensively, except for the one that matters, points. You know what, Michael? We're a year, maybe 2 years away from that being true again. You look at the quarterbacks inside the AFC West. If you think that Bo Nix is going to figure things out, obviously Justin Herbert is figuring things out. And if the Raiders are able to draft Shedeur, the AFC West is quickly going to become the most competitive division again. Justin Herbert with Jim Harbaugh is pretty scary, though. He's going to win a Super Bowl with that dude one day. Gardner Minshew's got all freaking day back there. I mean, thank God Riley Moss is a baller. Where the hell is the pass rush? You guys know why Riley Moss wears sleeves? To hide that he's a white corner. Only the second white corner in the last 20 years. Broncos are probably going to have to lose Riley Moss in a couple years, but good news is they get him for a few more. It's unlikely they'll be able to pay him because somebody's going to pay Riley Moss like a number one corner, and you're not going to be able to pay two number one corners. All right, 3rd and 10. Get off the field, Broncos. Get off the field. All right. All right. Nice little tackle from Riley Moss. Open field tackles from corners. Those can be dicey sometimes. Riley Moss does a good job getting Abdullah down, and Broncos get off the field. See if they can get something going offensively now. Marvin Mims has been a bit quiet in this game. Sean Payton's been very fake punt, and it is wide freaking open. Oh my God. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, first off, credit to the Raiders. Fake punts takes a little bit of balls, and clearly they saw something on that scouting report because good Lord was that wide open. You know, it's tough to get overly creative in fake punt, but that was a pretty good play design. They had everybody else going to the left. They just bring Diablo back to the right. What'd I call him? Fly sweep. Come on, TFL. All right. Good job there. Broncos special teams has been lights out all year long, except for two moments. The blocked kick against Kansas City, and now this fake punt. I don't like seeing the Raiders having fun on their sideline. That's a team that's playing loose and free right now. They know they've got nothing to lose. Raiders are going to be just dumb enough to accidentally win 2 or 3 more games this year and work themselves out of the Shedeur Sanders sweepstakes. That's what they're going to do. They're going to be just dumb enough to accidentally win a couple more games. They should be actively trying to lose football games, and it's pissing me off that they're not doing it right now. It's easy. They're just playing pitch and catch out there. Nobody within a 10-yard radius. They're in the backyard right now. Oh, DJ Jones was in the backfield in a heartbeat, barely missed having a 2 or 3 yard TFL. Yeah, I don't know what's up the defense. This is definitely out of character for him. No, you dumb announcer. It wasn't Roach. It was DJ Jones. Why are these announcers bothering me so much right now? The Broncos shouldn't ever have a trap game. Are you kidding me? They're not that good. They're not good enough to have a trap game. Damn, Cooper almost got a sack jumping off the ground. Watch this from Nick Benito. Oh, that was Cooper, not Benito. I'm sorry. Dwayne says that our special teams coach needs to be fired. You know what, man? Honestly, the special teams has been phenomenal all year. But all it takes is 2 or 3 brain dead moments for special teams coach to get fired. Ben Kotwika is the special teams coach. I played for him in Washington. I know him very, very well. He's a helicopter pilot. He's a psycho. I think I forget if he was, I think he was Navy. I think he was in the Navy. What they called that a hold? They called that a hold? I mean, I'll take it, but god dang, that was just a beautiful rep from Glaze right there. That was a perfect pass rush rep. You lost sound from me? Can you not hear me? What's going on? You guys can't hear me? All right, well, they end up holding him to 3 here, which I guess is good. But we're playing a field goal game with the Raiders, and we're just letting them hang around. You got 4 minutes left in the second quarter, and you're going to go into halftime, and the Raiders are going to be feeling great. Okay. All right. I guess everybody can hear. Damn, man. If this doesn't feel reminiscent of yesterday, I don't know what does. Broncos are sleepwalking right now on a bad football team. Now, Kansas was not a bad football team. I was nervous about Kansas the whole week. But the Raiders are a bad football team. I mean, I did the scouting report on the Raiders, and I treated it with respect. I watched the film. I literally couldn't find an angle that the Raiders were better than the Broncos. Run defense against our run, no. Their rush versus our run defense, no. Passing, vice versa, no. There literally was not a category that the Raiders should be better than the Denver Broncos. And what the hell is the point of a crab walk for a vehicle? Can somebody explain to me the purpose of a crab walk on a vehicle? Although it looks cool. Damn, those trucks are only going for 16? That can't be right. Damn, Lance, your wife started the car and the Bluetooth connected. You got me panicked over here that nobody can hear me. Figure out your stuff, Lance. Can I see an adjustment that the defense can make? I don't know. I mean, do better on your rush defense. That's where the Raiders are killing us right now. It's just on the rush defense. There's not a whole lot you can schematically do different other than just execute your job. Sometimes there's no schematic answer other than do your damn job. Daniel says it's always a tough game between these two. Yeah, but does it need to be? I mean, the rivalry's dead. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. There's no such thing as a Broncos Raiders rivalry. These players damn sure don't know anything about it. There's no reason why these games should be close. Yes, there is. There's always a lot of orange when you play in Vegas. It doesn't matter who the team is, though. It's not just the Broncos. Every team travels well to Vegas. They end up selling out their place, and it looks cool, but it's filled with their opponents. Terrible home field advantage. All right, Bo, string some together here. You got 3 minutes left. Eat up a little clock. Get a nice little drive going. Get into halftime with a little mojo. Damn, bubble screens have been there the last couple weeks. Broncos, was that not a late? What is that? That's not a late hit? Broncos couldn't hit a bubble screen to save their life going into the Atlanta game, and they hit 2 for a touchdown and 2 other big gains. Here's another big gain on the bubble screen to Marvin Mims. I got to give Sean Payton a lot of credit. He has figured out how to make Marvin Mims work. Damn it. Freaking idiot. Here they are. They're talking about the rookie QB race. I was just talking about a little bit earlier. Jaden Daniels out in a landslide first half of the season. Now the Commanders are puttering, and Bo Nix starting to figure things out. Why are we afraid to take a shot on 2nd and 1? I don't get it. We keep going with the most basic football plays of all time on 2nd and 1 just to gain a yard. You've got 2 more downs. Take a shot down the field. So if the draft happened again, here's how I would see the quarterbacks getting drafted. Hold on. Curious to see how delayed you really are sending this message at 3:20. Oh, well, you can figure that out on your own. I'm told the delay is worse on YouTube than it is on Twitter for whatever reason. So if they redid the draft today, Jaden Daniels goes number 1. I bet, despite even knowing what you know now, I bet Caleb Williams still goes number 2. He's probably just based off of the college career, the athleticism, all that. He probably still is the second quarterback selected despite the early struggles. Then it gets interesting. Who would be the third quarterback selected? I bet it would be Bo Nix. I bet Bo Nix would be the third quarterback selected. Yeah, Jaden didn't look good. I watched it also, but he's got intangibles that you can't coach. Jaden Daniels has just got that Madden character intangibles. If you could build a character on Madden, you would build Jaden Daniels. I want to go to that Vegas F1. That's on my bucket list. I got to go to F1 race. I'd rather go to Dubai or something though. I think it's probably a little both. Somebody asked, do I think it's Caleb Williams or the Bears organization? Probably a little bit of both, but you can't discount how bad that organization is, man. He does have some playmakers there, though. I don't know who destroys quarterbacks quicker, the Bears or the Browns. The Bears have literally never had a quarterback in their entire existence. Jay Cutler is probably the best quarterback in that franchise history. We got a tight end, an extra tackle in motion. Does a good job over there on the top of your screen in pass protection. An absolute drop. Is there a penalty on this? Lance says there's a penalty. All right, come on, Broncos. It's going to feel real bad if the Broncos can't get points out of this drive. Real bad. Oh, nice little pickup there from Javonte in pass protection. Oh, there's the flag. Man, I am way behind. All right, we'll take it. That's why sometimes you just throw the ball down there and you hope something happens. Cortland's been a bit quiet in this game. He's strung together 4 tremendous games. He had good coverage there. He's just got to make a play on the ball. You have to make a play on the ball. You have to turn your head. And we go back to the gadget play with Mims, and it gets stuffed. Sometimes I just feel like they got to let Marvin Mims just play football. Stop doing so many gadget plays with him. I hate that play call. A fly sweep in a 2-minute drill. Why? What are we trying to get out of that? It was 1st and long. What are we trying to get out of fly sweep? Jeez. Who you throwing that to there, Bo Nix? Damn. Gets away with one here. I guess he thinks the Troutman's going to keep coming there. That's not a rep thing. Your quarterback didn't identify that it was zone coverage. That's what that was. He thought they were in man. All right, 3rd and 15. Just got to get into field goal range now. You've given up on the touchdown. Will Lutz has been pretty money from 50 plus this year. Dumps it off the running back screen and really don't get anything. So now it's going to be a relatively long field goal. I don't mind the play call there. You're 3rd and forever. You're just trying to pick up 7 or 8 yards. I really don't mind the play call. It just wasn't executed very well. Look, he's got blockers out in space there. Ben Powers has got to get his ass out there. Ben Powers got lazy on that. And I've already seen a Mike Kliss tweet that I know this is good. So Will Lutz knocks one down from 53 on this one. Broncos are going to go in halftime down 10-9. Oh, barely squeaks that sucker in, but he squeaks it in with plenty of distance to go. Got the Amazon guy bringing a package to the door. Well, I don't know what to say about this game. It just feels like it hasn't started. That's what it feels like. I mean, look, the Broncos are not in bad shape necessarily, but you never want to give a team that has got nothing to lose hope. And that's what the Raiders have got right now. They've got nothing to lose, and they've got hope. They're going to go into halftime feeling great, and the Broncos are going to go into halftime holding their heads down low. Down day for the defense. Is it? I mean, there's 10 points on the board. We only got 9 offensively. I get it. It's not been a great day for the defense, but offense has got to do their part also, bud. Defense can't carry every game. The last thing you can do is let the Raiders get some cheap points here. I'd be shocked if this Broncos defense doesn't come out tight, playing man coverage, maybe blitz. I'm always right, Michael. All right. 1st and 10 here. Come out, bring the heat, bring a little pressure. They go with the 4-man rush. They've got 2 timeouts. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't call a timeout right there. The Broncos got a player down, so they're going to give them the free timeout. That's a bummer. I mean, first off, hopefully Riley Moss is okay, but it also stops the clock for the Raiders. Broncos don't have a choice. They have to call timeout there because they've got an injured player. Damn, those guys look concerned. That's not good. Oh yeah, that's an MCL. Oh, yep, I've had that before. That's got grade 3 MCL written all over it. That's a rough one for a corner. MCLs are weird ones because if you can handle the pain, you can play through it. But if it's bad enough, man, you don't have a choice. And at corner, ooh, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Riley has to drop out of this game. How many times are you going to tell me it's going to be different in the second half? I want it to be different now. When you take that shot to the outside of your knee like that, I've gotten it a lot. It's weird. Sometimes it could look terrible and you're okay. Sometimes it looks like it's nothing and it's brutal. My just concerns with the corner is the lateral mobility. Is he going to have that? Someone said he was walking all right. I don't know. He looked like he was walking a little ginger to me. Raiders get the free play. They decided not to take a shot down the field. Yeah, I thought he was grimacing also. When you get off the ball as well as Nick Benito does, it's going to happen 3 or 4 times a year. Von Miller used to call that paying his taxes. When you got a good quick start, you're going to jump off sides 4 or 5 times a year at least. You live with it because of the good that comes from the other side. Broncos bring the pressure on this one, but they get nobody there. See, the frustrating part about this game is the Raiders are not really doing anything. If all they're doing is running the ball down our throats, but they can't do anything in the passing game. And they get to the field goal line. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. It's feeling like one of them games. Broncos do bring a little bit of pressure there, but the Raiders do a great job of picking it up. They brought heat on the last 2 plays. They just couldn't get home. When you bring heat, it puts a lot of pressure on your secondary. God dang, dude. Again, the 0 pass rush. Gardner's able to just stand like a statue in the pocket right there. And he's able to attack the weak link of the Broncos secondary, which is McMillan. I mean, I feel bad for that dude. He's going to get targeted every single game because he's a defensive back, not named Riley Moss and not named Patrick Surtain, and now he's got to guard the number 2 wide receivers because Riley Moss is down. So Gardner, like a veteran quarterback, identifies that and throws directly at him. Do they still have a tight? No, they're out of tight ends, timeout. So they got to get up there. They got to spike this thing. Well, that's about as well executed 2-minute drill as you could possibly get from the Raiders. March down the field, 2 big throws. That's all it really takes is 2 big throws in a 2-minute drill, and you're going to flip the field. In all likelihood, you'll be in field goal position. Gardner Minshew identifies. Riley Moss goes out. Wisely goes after his backup, McMillan. And this is a chip shot for the Raiders, so in all likelihood, Broncos go into halftime down 13-9. And they do. Okay. All right. Well, that was a pretty crappy first half for the Broncos. It's hard to identify what, like, schematically, what do they need to change? They need to stop the run. That's what they need to do on defense. They need to stop the run, but you can't count on your defense to hold the opponents to under 18 points in every game. 13 points is still a respectable half. It's not a great half by the defense, but it's also not terrible. It just feels terrible because we're so accustomed to great defense. The Broncos offense has got to do their part, and when they get down there in the lower red zone, they've got to score touchdowns. Simple as that. I'll be back after halftime, folks. All right, let's roll. Back just in time. Stop putzing around, Broncos. Let's do something. God, you were relentless. I come back and you're already saying it again? Why does that camera look so bad? Ugh. Ugh. First play, second half, we come with wide zone to the right, and our entire left side of the offensive line just gets run through. TFL. Loss of 4, second and 14. Yeah. Love it. That's how we get rolling in the second half. Got Matt Pert in the game again, extra tackle. Definitely a pass. Yep. You can tell if it's run or pass about 9 out of 10 times based off the offensive lineman's stance. You try your best to disguise it as an O lineman, but it's hard. You got to get that back foot back when you're in pass protection. All right, we're putting more members in the backfield here. We got the same wheel route. We had that exact play last week against the Falcons, and it was a huge gain. You brought Mims into the backfield off the motion, and then you're going to try to hit him on the wheel route going down the left-hand side of the field. It was wide freaking open against the Falcons. Raiders sniff that sucker out. Broncos go 3 and out. Good start to the second half. Way to go, boys. Way to go. I don't think Bo let that develop enough. See, here's the thing for the Broncos. They've got a great chance of making the playoffs, but the margin, if they drop one of these dumb games, one of these games that we've all circled, we've been like, yep, they're going to beat the Raiders. Yeah, they're going to beat the Browns. Yeah, they're going to beat the Colts. If they drop just one of those, the margin for error goes down tremendously. And what happens is you'll go from needing to win one of your final 3 games between the Chargers, the Bengals, and the Chiefs. And now you'll have to win 2 out of your final 3. And all of a sudden that feels pretty daunting. So this game against the Raiders, believe it or not, is actually a huge freaking game for them. It feels crazy to overhype a game like this, but it's what comes down the road. What are the ramifications if you drop it? Come on, donkeys. And if I'm the Raiders, well, what's my game plan? I'm going to run the football. Let's see if you made any halftime adjustments or not. So I would fully expect the Raiders to try to run the ball at least 2 out of 3 plays on their first possession. If you made an adjustment, okay, we'll figure something out. If you haven't, well, we know what we're going to do the rest of the game. Are these headphones like the world's largest headphones? These things look like spaceships. I got to update my scoreboard. We are in the third quarter, not the second. Come on, scoreboard operator. Third, updated. I heard Shabuzi was mad that Peyton Manning made a joke about his name. Why don't you drop a pair and take a joke, Shabuzi? Yeah, Riley Moss is still questionable. I'm telling you, those MCLs, although not overly dangerous, they're extremely painful. Oh, why does it look so easy for the Raiders? Football looks easy. Why don't the Broncos just do that? Cody Barton kind of got lost in space there on his zone drop. He had two guys in his zone and got lost. Nice second effort there from Malcolm Roach. Malcolm Roach has picked himself up, I think, 3 sacks on the season, maybe 4. That's not bad for a nose tackle. He's playing on the outside on this one, though. You don't see Malcolm Roach lined up as an edge rusher all too often. I've got Astro vibes. Celsius, Astro vibe. Is it bad that I'm on my second energy drink of the day? Oh, there it is. There's the Gardner Minshew interception. And that's how the game flips, just like that. You knew it was going to come at some point. Gardner's been coughing it up all season long. All you had to do was get a little bit of pressure on him. At some point, Gardner was going to give you the football. And if the Broncos have any pride at all, this is when they will turn the game. I think he got his arm hit a little bit there. I'm not sure if he got his arm hit or not, but it looked like it. Yep, right there. Just enough to make him float that sucker. Jonathan Cooper doing his deal again. All right, now you got the ball on the 18-yard line. If the Broncos stall out here, just shoot me, throw me in front of a bus. If they don't score a touchdown here, I'll go find a bus and I'm going to step in front of it. Good start. TFL. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to throw it out there. If the Broncos settle for 3 on this, they're going to lose the game. It ain't going to be their day. There it is. There it is. Hey, that's pretty good throw from Bo Nix right there. It was a big old floater. Sometimes some bad things can happen, but you know what? He's got his biggest wide receiver, his best wide receiver, his number 1 wide receiver is locked up one-on-one out on the far side of the field. Put the ball up there, let your guy go make a play. Cortland Sutton does a great job making a move on the ball. And Bo Nix just throws the floater up there. Nice ball. Nice catch. All right. Cool. Now you can take a little bit of momentum and roll with it. Broncos field goal protection looking better. Let's update that scoreboard. Put a 6 on there, put a 1 on there. Now that looks 16-3. That's looking a little bit better. I knew Gardner was going to cough it up, man. I like me some Gardner Minshew, but it ain't working for him there down there in Raiderland. Raiders in full-blown tank mode, yet they're accidentally being competitive. I'm telling you, they are officially in tank mode trying to get Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders will be the first quarter. He will be the first overall pick, by the way. Travis Hunter might be the best football player, but Shedeur Sanders is a quarterback, and quarterbacks always go number one. I do think Travis Hunter has got the Heisman locked up for whatever that's worth. If you look at the odds from Vegas, Travis Hunter is a shoo-in to win it. Yeah, Daniel says hopefully he's blustered now. That's what you do. Once you get a quarterback rattled, now you keep bringing the heat. See if you can rattle him even more. I texted the offensive coordinator for Kansas last night, and I said, God dang, dude, I've never seen a dude run the ball as often as you do on 3rd and long. And he just sends me back this GIF that says, it's so easy. They'll never see it coming. You little punk, you little turd. You little turd, Jeff Grimes. Kansas did run the ball a lot on 3rd down. You do not see that very often. Sorry, what game am I talking about? Oh, can you see I'm still hung up on the bus game? Yeah, Raiders are literally leading the NFL in turnovers. If there's one stat you can look at the end of the game without looking at the score itself to figure out who won or lost the game, look at the turnover margin, and 9 out of 10 times that'll tell you who won. Oh! This kid in his first NFL game ever is had 3 or 4 bulldog runs. That dude's running like a bulldog. Look at these linebackers. We're over shift to the right. We hardly have anybody on the backside there. No wonder they're able to cut it back. And there he is again, Nick Bonito. Damn, it's been 6 years since we've had anyone with double-digit sacks. It's not even that hard to get double digits. That's just a respectable year. That's not even a great year. That's just respectable. All right. Is it just me? I got to check the box score, but has Brock Bowers been relatively quiet in this game? Oh, takes a big hit right there. Let's check out the box score. Am I blind? Has he been making plays? Yeah, Brock's only got 2 for 16. Broncos doing a good job of containing the best tight end in the NFL right now. These announcers are listening to my stream right now. They're stealing from me. Mount Polumbus robbery. Damn, that's a hell of a kick right there. Knowing our offensive line, we'll probably give up a hold for a safety or something. Be right back. I gotta let my dog in. You guys didn't leave me? My son got me playing the new Call of Duty. I had to bust out the sticks on that one. Flashbacks. Early 2010s Call of Duty. I was a menace. This is the first video game that I've played on my own without my son. The only time I ever played video games is with my son. This is the first one that I've actually been playing on my own. Nostalgia. All right, let's check in on some NFL scores, see what's going on around the league. '49ers are losing to the Packers because the '49ers, it ain't their year. Seahawks beating the Cardinals in a typical NFC West barn burner, 7-3 in the third quarter. Cowboys beat the Commanders earlier. All right, that's good. That's a good first down play when you're backed up. So when you get backed up like this, Kyle Shanahan used to tell us the real goal is a first down. We need 1 first down, so we've got an opportunity to punt the ball successfully and try to flip the field. If you get 2 first downs, that's a tremendous drive. Even if you do nothing else other than get 2 first downs when you're backed up, Now you're going to give yourself a chance on your next offensive possession to have normal field position. So 2 first downs is the goal when you're backed up. Broncos should be in 3rd and short here. That was a decent looking run from Jaleel, but Raiders didn't let him sneak through the cracks. Broncos going up tempo. They're on the ball. Probably QB sneak. Nope. Play action. We're going play action on 3rd and 1. That took some balls right there. All right, Sean. I dig it. Okay, so you stay on the ball. You go up tempo. You're 3rd and short. Everybody thinks you're going to QB sneak this thing. You go play action, and you got a wide open, easy pitch and catch. That's a ballsy play call and well executed. Pretty good blocking out there from Troutman and Vele on that bubble screen. I don't think that was worthy of a roughing the passer call. All right, well, the Broncos have already done their job. So they've gotten 2 first downs. Well, has it been 2? Close to. They've already done their job on this drive, though. So if you pick up this 3rd down, it's all gravy from here on out. Damn, that is a good throw right there from Bo. That is an on-time, hit the top of your depth, let that ball out before your wide receiver has made his move, and you had to do it in your face. Bo Nix handled the pressure well, got that ball out, great delivery. Not much there on that first down run. All right, so Broncos got split backs here. They're in shotgun. They've got they've got Marvin Mims in the backfield. They've been super creative with Marvin in the backfield here. Keep your eye on number 19 on the right side of Bo Nix. And they use him as a decoy. I love the way Max Crosby plays football, man. That dude just loves ball. He does it the right way. Never comes off the field. It's pretty unusual for pass rushers to not come off the field. Max Crosby never comes off the football field. He's never tired. He's like the Travis Hunter of defensive football. Snap it. I think the Broncos got a little bit lucky to get that ball off in time. That probably should have been a delay of game. Hey, that's a great drive. I got to stay true to it, right? I told you I want 2 first downs. Broncos basically got to the 50-yard line when they're backed up. Now you get an opportunity to try to pin them if your punter's as good as the Raiders punter, and you get an opportunity to pin them back. So that's a great drive. That's success. That's cool. Pretty good punt. Oh, Bo Nix showing a little fire there. Okay. Bo Nix does have some spunk in him for a rookie QB. And that's why Sean Payton loves him. You knew that the Russell Wilson experiment was dead the day that Sean Payton yelled at Russell Wilson and he just took it. And then when Bo Nix stood up for himself, forever, Bo Nix was going to be Sean Payton's guy. That's just the way that Sean loves that stuff, man. That's his love language. Bo Nix has got some spunk. All right, second half's off to a much better start than the first half was. Appreciate all you guys that are watching right now. Mount Polumbus is the podcast, and I put out a ton of awesome content. So if you're watching on Twitter right now for the first time, go into my bio, hit that link, go over to YouTube, and hit subscribe. I put out a lot of awesome content. I do all 22s after the game, so I take the coach's film and I break it down. That seems to be a big hit every single week. Do pregame, postgame, scouting reports. And anytime there's breaking news, I'm on Mount Polumbus talking about it. So if you wouldn't mind doing me a huge solid, take this commercial break, head on over to YouTube and hit subscribe. That would be doing me a huge favor. Just show me a little support there. And if you really want to help me out, hit like and comment on this video that's going on YouTube right now. And that does a lot for the algorithm over there. So if you enjoy this stuff, I'd be super grateful if you would do that small favor for me. Appreciate you guys. Throw an interception. All right, nice little stop there from Tillman, and Broncos got him in 3rd and 4. That's a manageable 3rd and 4, but for the Raiders, anytime they're in 3rd down, they tend to struggle. So good opportunity here for the Broncos to get off the field. Gardner's going to cough up one more, I guarantee it. Before this game is all said and done, if you get them trailing, he'll cough up one more. All right, good 3 and out there. Great 3 and out. Broncos got him where they want him now. They needed all the Raiders needed was that seed of doubt. They were playing carefree. They were playing like a team that had nothing to lose, but all they need is that seed of doubt, and they'll crumble. Broncos should end up winning this game by double digits if they do their job. Oh, look, nice little return from Marvin. Anytime you can pick up 10 yards as a returner, that's a great return. It's a first down and some change, is what that is. Look at this stupid Seahawks Cardinals game. Oh, he pulled the Marshawn. Hold my dick. I don't know if I would define the NFC West as a tough division like the announcers did. I guess it's a competitive division because everybody's at like 500, but nobody wants to walk away with it. I bet the Seahawks end up winning the NFC West. Uh-oh. Oh. Bo Nix almost coughs it up right back to him. Got really lucky there. Those slant routes, they feel so easy, but you can throw a stupid interception on it all the time. Bo felt Max Crosby in his face there a little bit and just ends up leading it a little bit. I think it was actually a decent throw. I just don't think Vele could see it. No, he saw it. He saw it. God, every time I see Spillane, number 41 for the Raiders, he reminds me so much of my buddy Will Compton, who does Bussin' with the Boys. He looks and plays exactly like him. Go, go. I don't think he was down. Was he down? Who touched him? I didn't. I dang sure didn't hear a whistle either. Is he down? Oh, he's definitely down. Way down. Cortland Sutton have another huge game, 78 yards. He strung together 4 previous games in front of this one, so now it's 5 in a row of 70 plus yards. So they'll let this clock wind down, and they'll get to the end of the third quarter. Broncos are going to get into the fourth quarter up 16-3. It feels like they're in control of this football game. The Raiders haven't done anything on offense now for what feels like about 30 minutes. They're running the ball really well in the first half. Second half, the Raiders have done jack squat on offense. Broncos got backed up. Broncos been better on offense in the second half, despite the scoreboard not necessarily screaming it. That one drive when they were backed up was really nice. They got it all the way to the 50-yard line. Every time I look at the stream, I'm constantly playing with my beard. I don't even know that I'm doing it. It's just I just touch my beard just all day. I'm just touching my beard. Believe it or not, I actually just cut about 4 inches off of this beard last week. 4 inches. And it's still a pretty good looking beard. All right, let's do a little box score check-in. Total yards, pretty similar. Broncos got 248, Raiders got 234. Broncos got a little bit more in passing, 200 to 171. Raiders are winning in the rushing department at 63 to 48. But the Broncos are doing a good job picking up first downs. They've got 15, which has been the biggest difference in this game. Although not necessarily doing great on third down, 4 of 10. You want to live about 50%. If you could live about 50% on third down, that's pretty successful. Anytime you're under 50%, that's going to be leaving you wanting some. You can tell that Bo Nix is no longer looking to run like he was in the beginning part of his career. I don't want him to take that away, man. He's got great feet, so go ahead and use your feet. But what I like about where he's at mentally right now, he's using his feet to buy time to throw the ball, not the other way around. And that's the perfect recipe. Like, you can't get around it. I'm definitely a pocket passer guy. If you can't win on third down, you're not going to win Super Bowls. But in today's NFL, you got to have some athleticism, and Bo's got plenty of it. Looks like they had another play clock issue there. Are Sean Payton's glasses purple? Are those blue light glasses? Don't those look like blue light glasses? Bo Nix directing traffic there. Vele gets in motion a little bit early. Says, hold on, young man. A little bit early. And ends up giving it to Vele anyways. Bo looks like he's in pretty well command of this offense right now. I think they've given him a lot of freedom at the line of scrimmage. An unusual amount of freedom for a rookie, to be honest. Broncos can just get nothing going in the run game, though. That's a little depressing. Every time they run the ball, it feels like it's TFL. That looked like the bubble screens from the first 7-8 weeks of the season. Broncos been bound and determined to make these bubble screens work. They got it to work against Atlanta. They got a couple early on in this game, but For the most part this season, that's what it's looked like almost every single time they've run it. That's just going to the well one too many times. Raiders know your tendencies there. 2nd and long. Then again, there's not a whole lot of options 2nd and long. Damn, man. And yet again, the Broncos are going to have to settle for 3 points. They just cannot finish. They've had some nice drives. They just stall out every time they get past the 30. The tight end's got to punch him in the stomach. Number 7's going to jump up in front of you. You got to punch him in the stomach right there. I'm being dead serious. That's what you're always taught. There's 2 things you do when a dude jumps to try to block a pass. You grab him by the shirt and you yank him down, or you punch him as hard as you possibly can in the stomach. What do you do when you get punched in the stomach? You take your hands down. That was lazy effort from our tight end. All right. Broncos put another 3 up on the board. They're only up by 6 points right now. Is that right? Just updating my scoreboard. Am I behind? No, they're only up by 6, right? Letting them hang around. Bad things happen when you let bad teams hang around like this. They're just hanging. They're just hanging. Well, you guys want a nice little show recommendation? Check out From. I think it's on Paramount, if I remember correctly. From. It's like a horror version of Lost. It's not really scary, but it's a really good show. I found that one kind of buried. It's probably going to be exactly like Lost, though, where they put all these mysteries out there and then they never answer them. Lost was my first ever binge watch show. And then it ends and they were in purgatory the whole time. Broncos decide we're going to go and put this one in the end zone because we've already given up a big return on kickoff. I don't know why teams are even playing cute games with this. Just put it in the end zone every damn time. Every damn time, put it in the end zone. Don't let them return it. Gardner's got a John Wick look going on there. I'm not quite ready to unveil it, but I'm growing a pretty sick mullet right now. Yeah, I got a pretty good feeling they're going to come after number 29 the rest of the game. Riley Moss is out. They found themselves their weak link. That's just smart ball. All right, good job from Cody Barton on that play. He identified that and sniffed out that run real quickly. Man, it's a real luxury when you can get after the quarterback with 4 rushers. Broncos blitz a lot, but when you can get after the quarterback only bringing 4, that's a huge advantage to your defense. And now Gardner's got all day. Oh, stop. Yeah, I got to see the replay on this one, but that looked like it was incidental to me. Yeah, that's pretty legit. I take it back. You can't hook him like that. I told you they found their weak link, though. They're going to go after him all day long. All right. Wuzarike. Nice little sack. That's the dude that got suspended for gambling last year. Another flag? What is this one? Broncos need to be careful here. Be careful. Don't get called for anything stupid. Offensive pass interference. Okay. Uh, yeah. I'm good with it. Hi, puppy. Sammy wants his airtime. Says it's my turn. Samson. Got to give puppy his airtime. Gardner did a good job of identifying the pressure on that one. That's the danger. When you got a smart QB that can identify it, he sees his hot route, gets rid of it on time. It could be easy chunk yardage. And this stupid game is going to be played out on field goals. Guarantee you the Raiders stall out. Oh, they already did. My bad. I didn't realize that was third down. Drills it. That sucker would have been good from 60 plus. And the field goal fest continues. I tell you what, Broncos are probably going to win this game, but it's not going to feel great. A win's a win's a win. But they have just refused to take over this game. Broncos have had opportunity after opportunity to put this, to take this, put it on easy street. And they just stall out every time they get past the 30. I don't even put this on the defense. I mean, you look at the stats and dang it, hold on. What just happened? The dog just pulled that out. You look at the stats, and Bo Nix is having a decent game. He's 21 of 33. He's throwing for 218 yards, 1 touchdown. That's a respectable game. It's just the running game that's killing us right now. Broncos can't do anything on the ground. They got 46 yards rushing. And the Raiders, you know what? For as much as we feel like the Raiders been punching us in the mouth in the run game, they really aren't. Raiders have only got 66 yards on the ground. It was just early on in the first half. But they haven't been doing anything since then. I'd say this has been one of the worst games for the Broncos offensive line, not just in terms of pressures given up, sacks, penalties, but in the run game, man. I don't know what running back could have done anything different than the guys we've got right now. There's just been no lanes. All right, ladies and gents, I'm actually going to jump off here. I'm going to finish this game on my couch. I appreciate you guys watching with me, though. Make sure you are subscribed to Mount Polumbus Speaks. If you've not done that already, hit the link in my bio on Twitter. Head on over to YouTube and subscribe. I'll put out the all 22. I do think the Broncos are going to win this game. I just don't think it's going to be a very good feel. It's going to be one of those games that you just won. You just won. You just kind of existed. You won it. Not a bad thing, but not necessarily a good thing. Hopefully we win the game and it feels like that. Hopefully this doesn't end up being an upset when I tune off here. But Appreciate